When I came to this life, when I met the first transgender, the one was in Bugis Street. There's one mummy, she said, "Hey, you are so young. You are only around 18 years old. You come here, I like to be what you are." Then the mummy said, "Okay, if you want to be like that, okay, I name you one. What name you want?" I said, "I want to be my name as Aida." No, that's a kampung name. I give you one, Christine. I'm a transgender, okay? I was born a transgender. I was known as a transgender since I was very young. Most of my friends call Mummy Chris. Some of them call me Kak Chris, I used to be a mama for them when I was in a sex worker life, where I met all these youngsters, who want to be into this life. This is me in Bugis Street. And this one is Bugis Street friend. This is Suhana. This is Jamie. And then we have those Bugis Street movie that they make. It was around 79 when I went to Bugis Street. A real nightlife. You feel like you're somebody, you feel like you're a Hollywood actress, You don't feel like you're a sex worker. When the American ship, the American sailor or the French sailor come, the Bugis will be packed. So they want to watch all these lady boy. Majority last time, all those Singaporeans was not suaku. You walk this way, so you move like that. Why you come here for what? He said, I run away from home. Aqua lah, you call you Pondan Bapuk lah. Those times, yeah, you've been humiliated by public. I'm the tough woman, the iron woman lah. I can beat up even guys on the street, But what I fight is I'm not a crazy person, I'm not mad lah. I fight for my right. Fight when I'm provoked. You fight for your own, you fight for others now. You help them out. But 2004, I was victim of tsunami. I was imagining this country is shaking. The hotel that I was staying will collapse. The wave is around you. The wave taking you, then you tumble. After that, I was coma for a few months, During my coma, I think I heard prayers from Quran come to my mind. My grandfather come to me and said, "You are given a chance. God wants you to do something better for your life, to do something for yourself." Quran said, "You are from dead things. God made you to live. And when you live, why don't you know who made you?" It's true, I'm dead already. Then God made you live. So that's why I said, I'd like to be, I'm more pious, I'm more religion, I'm more think of God. See, a person who is very violent, since the person is very soft, you can accept, you can say sorry, you can, I lose. I used to be like that, but God wanted me to be like that. God asked me to stand up, choose another life, don't die that way. As a Muslim, I am from what I am. God created who I am, then God knows who I am. I'm a transgender, God created me. So I perform myself in a way that I myself is a man. But a man who is not perfect. My parents know who I am because they brought me from small. And then they know that from small I already behave more to the women's side. Actually, I was adopted, They are my foster parents. But these people who brought me up, they said, even though my blood doesn't flow in you, I take you as my child. They're willing to accept who I am, and I'm willing to accept who they are. Because all this while I know they are my parents. Women yang transgender, we feel like women, but we don't be inside in woman way. We don't have the woman's body. But we are more deeper than woman in the feelings. The woman inside us. is much more greater than woman itself. So that's why, until now I'm still grateful. I'm still moving on healthily, happily, and my life is fulfilled.